Good afternoon, my friends. I hope all of you are having an awesome, fantastic day, and welcome to St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine, Florida is known to be the oldest city in the United States, so there's lots of history here. This city was founded September of 1565. Also, today is Friday the 13th. You guys know me, I love spooky stuff, I love Halloween, I love scary history. We're actually going to be doing a fancy, spooky ghost tour later tonight. But in the meantime, let me show you guys St. Augustine, give you guys a little tour. We're going to be doing a few fun things. I hope you guys are ready because I am. Let's go do this.
All right, welcome to Castillo de San Marcos National Monument.
There's a lot of Spanish colonial architecture here in St. Augustine. Look at the waterfront here. Ooh, do you guys see the cannons? The National Park Service does offer a little walking tour for $15 per person. That's what we're about to do. We just crossed over the drawbridge here. I'm just reading over some information here on how the soldiers spent their life, and this is where they would sleep. It does not look comfortable at all, but they made it work. It also smells really old in here, so this place is legit. You have somebody's shoes right there. This is where they would eat. They would cook it right here. Some fish right there. Some vegetables. Looks like onions and garlic and chili peppers. Cups, bowls. This would also be a very challenging life for me because I'm very tall and it's hard for me to fit through some of these doors. Let me show you. Look at that. But we made it work. Oh wow, look at this. Can you see the carvings of the ships? Right there. Here's another one. Looks like the carvings are of British ships behind the glass. We don't know who made these carvings. It could have been the Spanish soldiers. Ooh, you have the prison right here. Can we look inside? Can't really see too much. It doesn't look fun though. It's pretty toasty outside today. The heat index is extreme caution. Here's the restrooms, but back in the day, this is where the soldiers would use the restroom. As we see here, that's how they would go. Let's take a look inside. Huh. Very small. Whoa, look at this cannon. There's some markings on there. We're now in the courtyard. I found some more markings. February 17th, 1880. What do the walls tell us? Catholics dip their fingers in holy water. I just showed you guys this one, but over here, there's another one. This one says, behind the glass are the remains of a plastered holy water font. I believe we are now inside of the church. Here's some photos. And it was right here. I'm now in the close quarters. Looks like this would sleep 4 soldiers, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. These 4 men were considered mess mates, the basic unit in the British Army. Look at this. I'm now looking inside the storage room. Some barrels. I'll tell you guys one thing. I walked inside of this room and I just felt like some sort of energy. because this place is pretty haunted. A lot of people died here. This is very interesting. Why Spain built the fort. Number one, treasure ships sailed the Gulf Stream. Spain needed Florida to protect this lifeline. Number two, enemy settlements came closer and closer to Florida. Number three, a strong fort would stop this English advance. Here's the stream. Pirates. Now walking up these stairs to the gun deck. Check out some of the cannons here. Now before COVID, the guards would come up here and shoot these cannons off. That way the guests could hear and experience the cannons, but then COVID happened and they haven't been shooting any of the cannons off. And then right here, you have the bell tower. Let me have a quick look inside here of the bell tower. That's about it. I love this view though. Such a beautiful day out. Now, when the Spanish was here at the fort, they would have anywhere from 20 to 40 different guards. And then when the British took over, they would have anywhere from 400 to 500 different guards here. And if you guys can imagine, there's not a lot of space for 400 people here. A fun fact, this fort is made out of coquina, which is basically shells. And they got all of the shells from this island right here, and they brought them back and they made the fort. The smaller cannons would only shoot about 1 mile away from the fort, so not very far at all. And the bigger cannons would shoot up to 3 miles away. Look at this guard tower. It's quite small, but the guard would be right in here and he would look out of these holes right here. Look at the little boat going by. And if we look over here, we can actually see Flagler College right there. It's a very nice university. They do offer parking here, but you do have to pay by plate. I'm really glad I got this opportunity to come check this place out. Do you guys see that lighthouse right here? That's where our ghost tour is later this evening. So I was just talking with one of the guards here on property, and he told me this room where I had that strange feeling, it was more in this room right here, but the prisoners would be in here. There's about 20 of them at a time, and they would try to escape from this little window right here. They would actually starve themselves to make their body skinnier to fit through that window. When the British was here, they brought so many people with them. The fort couldn't handle that many people, right? So they actually had to build a second story here at the fort, and that's what we are seeing here. By the way, this place is very, very haunted. I would love to come back and do a night tour here. Maybe I'll come back for Halloween or during the Halloween season. We are now leaving, but I just wanted to show you guys, this was the moat. So there would be very little water here, and then going back to where the prisoners would try to escape, you can kind of see them right here. So they would try to, you know, starve themselves, make it through here. They would jump out, but the water was not deep at all, so they would end up pretty much dying after they would make that drop. We walked across the street and they have this St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum. That looks fun. We're not going to do it today, but oh, it was featured on the Today Show, CNN, and the History Channel. Celebrating 10 years. Maybe next time. The fort is right here. We walked across the street to a lot of shopping and dining, lots of stuff to do here. They have Dole Whips and Dippin' Dots. Yum. What? They have a Kilwins here? We're gonna stop in here and grab a bite to eat and then head over to the distillery. One thing about St. Augustine, I have like no cell service at all, and I have T-Mobile. Totally forgot to show you what I ordered, but I got chicken tenders and fries. They were amazing. And here we are at St. Augustine, Florida, City Gate Spirits. Try some sampling. Tasting check-in. Let's do it. I love coming here to different distilleries. Here's the tasting menu. Smoked maple whiskey, peanut butter whiskey, cinnamon whiskey, pineapple rum, coconut rum, and vodka, grapefruit vodka, white lightning moonshine, orange and cream moonshine, and apple pie moonshine.
Welcome to City Gate Spirits. We got the best whiskey, rum, vodka, and moonshine in town. Come see us down on St. George Street in St. Augustine, Florida.
This is where everything happens right here, this copper still. I like how you can just buy a container of the sweet tea vodka, the cinnamon whiskey. That's nice. And because of social distancing, we get our own bar table, our own bartender. They do wipe down the bar before the new party arrives. So that's really nice to know. We get these little shots of the whiskey. They're 60 proof. Cheers, boys. Okay, but this peanut butter whiskey is amazing. It tastes exactly like a Payday, more than a Reese's, and I love that. I keep seeing lighthouses throughout the course of today. I think maybe because we're going to investigate a creepy lighthouse here in St. Augustine later on this evening. Maybe it's a sign. Next up, rum and the vodka. We just finished up trying the moonshine, and oh my goodness, the white lightning and the passion fruit sour mixed together tastes exactly like a adult Capri Sun, and then the orange and cream moonshine, wow. I mean, wow. I also like the apple pie moonshine because they use more apple than cinnamon. It actually worked really well together. My favorite one was, it's very hard. It's between the peanut butter whiskey and the cinnamon whiskey. But I feel like I like the peanut butter whiskey a lot, so I would go with this one. Okay, Doc.
I'm ready.
You like that, huh?
I'm ready.
Eric's picking some up too. What was your favorite? The orange?
The white lightning with the passion.
The Capri Sun one, yeah.
Capri Sun.
That was so much fun. Passing by Flagler College. It is such a beautiful campus. Oh, look at this. You can rent like little go-karts and golf carts and mopeds here. Heading across the Bridge of Lions. It's a little scary on this bridge, but it's very nice. I love looking at the different boats. Like I want one. I would love to have a boat. This is Florida right here. You can hear the cicadas. I love this. I love the sound. I love the feeling. By the way, we're about to start our ghost adventure for the evening. And here we are at the St. Augustine Lighthouse. And this is open every day from 9 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. This is what we are doing this evening. Dark of the Moon Ghost Tour. Adults, $25. Children, $20. I like this t-shirt. I also like this photo of the different lighthouses around Florida because there is a lot around the Sunshine State. Ooh, they have a penny press machine here. We just checked in. We're all ready to go. I was given a glow stick because it gets pretty dark outside. Plus, I paid, I believe, $5 extra, and I got a EMF meter. This is really fun. I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect right now. This is my first time ever doing this specific ghost tour. I have done the ghost tour over at Ripley's, believe it or not. I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm excited, and today is a special day. It's Friday the 13th. It can't get any better than this. Well, what are you guys thinking right now?
I think we're going to see something scary.
I'm scared. I'm scared, 100%. I don't even want to. I want to go home.
Do you guys want to know a very interesting fact about this ghost tour? This was featured on Ghost Hunters twice. Yeah. Also, every time I do a ghost tour or I do anything regarding paranormal activity or messing with ghosts, I always say a quick prayer. It always makes me feel better, especially when I leave, because I don't want anything negative coming back with me back home. I'm practicing using my EMF meter.
Right here. It's like right around here.
Oh, no way. Oh! Did you guys see that? The tour hasn't even started yet. Oh my goodness. There's something right here. Oh boy. Okay, it's 8:30 p.m. The tour is now starting. Wish me luck. Oh my goodness. Look at the lighthouse. Oh yes.
Now, when you've made sure that that's what's happening, we want you guys to try and ask yes or no questions. Stuff like, were you a light keeper? Were you a man? That way you get easy responses, you know, red for yes, green for no. Anything more complicated than that, and it starts to get difficult.
Okay, before we head up to the lighthouse, we're gonna check out the keeper's house. Whoa, it's like pitch black in here. It's so creepy. It also smells very old. It's really dark outside right now, so I have to use my phone flashlight, but going back to the keeper's house, a lot of the keepers stayed in there at one time. Anywhere from 3, 5, 10, 15. There's a ton of rooms inside of the keeper's house. Well, in 1970, nobody was living in the keeper's house, and at 3 a.m., the house burnt all the way down. The only thing that survived was a little bit of the brickwork and the basement, and nobody was in the house. Nobody. So the museum, of course, rebuilt it, and it looks like what it does now, today.
So naturally, a lot of these stories occur during the ghost tours. It's when we're all here to experience them. And there was one instance on a tour that was a lot smaller than this, that the guides decided to take everyone inside of the lighthouse. They closed all the windows, closed that front door, turned off all the lights, just so they could really give their group that atmosphere. So they told them a bunch of stories and they sent them up to climb the lighthouse. So these guides didn't want to wait in the very hot and humid lighthouse for their group to get back down, so they were going to wait for them in the courtyard. So they got to that front door, and that front door would not budge. So you may think that's not too crazy. This is in fact a very old building. Doors get stuck, it happens. But it's not that the door was stuck necessarily. That door was locked and deadbolted, and that door can only be locked from the outside and only by someone who has keys. Everyone who had keys to that front door was inside of the tower at the time. So these guides became a little bit frantic at that point. They had to figure out some way to get that front door open before all of these guests came back down and realized that they were in fact locked inside of the lighthouse. So one of those guests had the one of the guides had the brilliant idea of climbing out of one of these side windows. She made that drop and she got about halfway to the front of the lighthouse when she realized that she did not know what she was going to encounter when she got over there. So she went back around to this window. She yelled for the other guide to also climb out of that window. They both went around to the front of the lighthouse, and there was nothing strange. The door, yes, was locked and deadbolted, but other than that, there was nothing too out of the ordinary. So the guides just unlocked the door, and the guests could come and go as they pleased. And they were none the wiser that they had ever been locked inside of the lighthouse. But the interesting thing about that story is that for about a month or so after that, almost daily, someone would get locked inside of the tower. So it didn't matter if it was some volunteers, some guides, guests, someone would get locked inside the tower. So lucky for you all, we now have a little latch at the bottom of the door that keeps it nice and propped open. So hopefully none of us get locked inside of the lighthouse this evening.
So we spent the first hour walking around the property, and our awesome tour guide pretty much telling us all the history, all the little details, and some pretty scary stuff. So for the next hour, we get to go on our own. We get to walk the property all alone. We get to go in the lighthouse. We get to go back in the keeper's house, and we get to walk around outside. I am going back inside of the keeper's house. I know it's kind of hard to see. Oh, geez.
Is anybody here with us?
This is where I felt something earlier. Oh, look at this. I'm going down to the basement. I was sitting right here earlier, and I felt like a cold air on the right side of me. And we are now down in the basement, and this was pretty much the only thing left when the house burned down in 1970. You all right?
No, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
You got the EMF on?
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that? We're the only 3 down here right now. What happened? Oh my gosh. Yeah, something is There was a well-known keeper named Peter. I heard a lot of interesting stories about things Peter has done. And Peter, if you are down here with me, let me know. I mean no harm. I mean no danger. I just want to hear from you. What happened? What happened? Oh! Oh, that's the mannequin. We were warned about this mannequin earlier.
Where are the chairs?
Oh yeah, the rocking chairs.
Oh, this is the chair.
Are you gonna sit in it?
Yeah, let's sit right here. What's his name, Peter?
Peter.
I feel like something like, look at my arms.
Yeah, your
Like
arm
electric.
hair is
Feel like
sticking
electric.
up.
Peter, are you here? Anybody here? Do you like me sitting in your chair? If so, let us know. You want me to get out of your chair?
Oh, that's somebody.
Did you see that?
I saw it. His EMF just went off. Let me move away.
Don't
No, stay over there. Stay over there.
Why am I?
Grace, sit in that chair.
Yeah, sit down. Sit down.
What?
Sit
in that
down.
chair.
What?
Yeah. Sit down.
You want me to sit in that chair?
Jesus.
Peter, are you here? Are you okay? Are you in any danger? Are you at peace? Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to turn my camera off? It's going off.
And then but it stops.
Yeah.
It stopped.
So every time we turn the camera off, our EMFs go off. I don't know, I just have like a very uncomfortable feeling in this area of the house. We will leave if you make this EMF meter light up.
Oh man. He's moving like crazy.
I be getting all kind of crazy flickers, man. That y'all don't understand.
You just said that and it started moving.
Did you live here?
Look.
Wow.
Look.
Oh, yep.
So you did live here, right?
You lived here? I just got that feeling
Yeah.
on my back again.
Yeah, like electric, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting it now. It's time, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Ask.
Yes, you.
I'm not asking anything.
Do you want us to go upstairs? Do you want us to leave? Do you want us to stay? Did something bad happen to you? Wow. Oh. No, nothing bad happened. I'm now taking the stairs all the way to the top of the lighthouse.
I don't know what it is.
Whoa. It likes you, man. That is a long walk up these stairs. I am completely winded. I'm still catching my breath, but I made it all the way to the top of the lighthouse. By the way, look at the moon tonight. As I'm up here overlooking the city of St. Augustine, I'm still out of breath, but nothing terrifying has happened yet. It may not happen at all, but in the keeper's house, the feeling I felt was pretty frightening. I feel like my back hair and my arm hair was sticking up. I know Eric's was too. This is a very interesting night on Friday the 13th. By the way, the very top of this lighthouse, 165 feet tall. A lot of the tour guides have told us they've seen so many shadow figures in these windows right here. but there's been nobody in the lighthouse, like the door was locked. If you do get hungry or if you need some water or anything like that, they do offer the tin pickle. Here's a quick look inside. Snacks, some drinks, some beer. Nice. Ooh, they also have fudge.
So one of the families in this tour was in the basement alone, and they took a picture of the hallway to see what was found, and then...
That's like a figure right there.
Yeah.
This is from the keeper's house?
Yeah, in the basement.
Down in the basement.
Wow.
In the basement.
Wow. 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 Oh, we can see it better on your phone. Holy cow.
Right here.
That's creepy.
And that's not the mannequin. The mannequin's today.
We just finished up with the ghost tour. Before I speak, I want to know what you guys thought of the tour and what happened. Doc, should you go first?
So, I really wasn't trying to get any action. But my man, Dev and E, they were doing all the talking, but I was getting all of the action. I was getting everything. I was getting all of the
EMF reading.
The EMF reading, and yeah.
Did you feel anything?
Yeah, I felt the chills. My hair was standing, whatever hair I have, but my hair was standing, and yeah, but very spooky.
Would you do this again?
Yes. Climbing the lighthouse, legs feel like noodles, but
yeah.
Yes, I would definitely.
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Okay, E, what happened with you?
All right, so right at the beginning of the tour, they take you around. The guy takes you around, tells you little stories here and there, and we're standing on, what was it, the innkeeper's house.
Yeah.
And we were upstairs in the AC, sitting there talking, and all of a sudden I smelled like this orange perfume, and it was just
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, it was just in front of me, like right in front of me, and I moved my head. It would go away. I'd go back to that one spot. There was nobody else around us. You were to my left. Greg was on to my left too.
Right.
And all of a sudden I smelt it, and then it went away. And then later on in the tour, they started explaining different sightings and different things that they've had, and they said that they smelt the innkeeper's wife's perfume, which was like an orange blossom.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, that was weird.
Wow.
The other things I felt downstairs in that basement, my hair stood up, on my arms was standing up. I felt like electric. Yeah. We tried to get the what was his name? Peter.
Peter, yeah.
To
one of the lighthouse keepers.
Yeah, to react, but nothing happened to me. But Greg kept on getting his meter going in one spot.
Would you do something like this again?
Absolutely. If you're into this stuff, like ghost hunting and ghost, I think it's a good experience.
Yeah.
For the money,
Absolutely.
I thought it was a good price too.
And this was actually Eric's idea, so thank you, Eric.
Anytime, man.
I enjoyed this. I will definitely be back. I would love to do like a private tour, because they do offer private tours, and they offer this tour only on the weekends, so Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I wish we had more time in St. Augustine, but we were only here for half the day. I love this town. It's so cute. The beach is just right there. There's so much to do. People are very nice here. I love St. Augustine. I can't wait to be back. Nothing really happened to me on the tour besides, I felt a cold air rush past me when I was sitting by the fireplace, and I heard like a very light whisper, and I freaked out, and and then that's when everything happened with Eric and Greg, and I don't know, it was a lot of fun. We got to spend Friday the 13th here in St. Augustine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, it's nice to be nice, and YouTube, I'll see you in the next video. Prince Charming, Doc, Eric, out.
I ain't feeling lonely, and I wanna admit it's time to end the ride. Fading it too slowly, were those gonna lift me up this time? You were the only one who got me tripping up inside. All the words you told me.